English translation, 425th contact, Monday, 19th of June, 2006, 20:37 hours.
Be greeted, my friend. As I have been told, you wish my presence to work through certain ambiguities, etc., in the statutes and bylaws with you.
Yes, it will take about half an hour. Be warmly welcomed and greeted, you too, of course, Ptah.
For my part, I just came here to return this thing you gave me for analysis. First, greetings, dear friend. Please explain to Philia. The analysis has shown that this metal object has deposited its own mental swinging waves or fluidal powers very quickly and strongly, which have a powerful outward effect and are able to repel foreign vibrations of an electromagnetic nature. So it is not the object itself that produces an effect of rejecting electromagnetic swinging waves, but it is the very strongly swinging fluid powers deposited in this piece that produce this effect. The metal object, therefore, does not absorb and neutralize electromagnetic oscillations that resonate on it, but repels them. It only absorbs swinging waves when direct contact is made. As a deflector of electromagnetic swinging waves, the metal thing in itself is completely useless, because its effectiveness only comes into being through the storage and radiation of the fluid powers of the person carrying the object. The metal, however, has the property that it stores the fluid powers very quickly and radiates them strongly, so that the wearer can feel protected and comfortable when carrying the object on him or her. On the other hand, the wearer can feel unprotected and uncomfortable if he or she does not carry the object on them. It must be said, however, that to a certain extent, a habit as well as belief factors also play a role if the person in question is susceptible to them. In addition, the strength and extent of the fluid powers of the person wearing the object and how powerfully they are deposited are also decisive.
Thank you for your efforts and your explanation, especially from Philia, of course.
It was a need and an honor for me to be allowed to take on this matter for clarification. It has also brought me some noteworthy insights. But now I want to say goodbye again and leave you two alone so that you can get on with your work. Goodbye, Edward, and best wishes from my daughters and from Asket, as well as from Ikarina and Florina's mother.
My heartfelt thanks for that, and also my love to them and to all others I know. But, yes, one more question. How should things be with our group towards the USA group, which is now building, forming, and becoming a real community? I think that we should help and support it, because the members of the group there have a lot to learn about interpersonal relationships, leadership, organization, and realization of organization, as well as real freedom and in dealing with each other as human beings.
We like to be surprised as to what will now happen in the newly formed group, but for now, we want to stay away from the whole thing. It must be said, however, that now the newly formed group needs your help and guidance, both in terms of organization and its execution, but also in terms of leadership, community, and especially internal and general interpersonal relationships. The attitude towards the value of the life and the life conduct, etc., is also a factor which must be taken into account, corrected and realized, as well as the seriousness and effort of learning about the spiritual teaching, aka creation energy teaching, the teaching of the life and of the mission, etc.
So at least you agree with the fact that we at the Mother Center should make an effort to assist the new group with advice and support. But what do you think about efforts to make a new film about Mission and me? There are also some difficulties regarding the copyright of the first movie, etc., which is owned by Lee.
It is my pleasure and honor to be your messenger of greetings. Thank you on their behalf. Yes, I have agreed that you assist the new USA group. This also means that everyone should forget what has happened so far and that it should be a new beginning for everyone, including those who have left the Oklahoma group because of disagreements. Etc. WM, however, is a factor that cannot be included in the new, because otherwise everything would again be doomed to failure and the new chance would be null and void. It takes a long time to find the right way and to change, if at all. And if you want me to give you an answer regarding a new film and the old copyrights, then I must insist that all old copyrights must be canceled as well as all other things that have to do with it. If new contracts and a new film are to be made, then this can only be done under the condition mentioned above. Otherwise, we refuse to give permission to do so, to which you are also bound, because otherwise agreements, regulations, and laws would be broken. When we told you in 1987 that you should insist that all rights were revoked, that referred to all films, film works, articles, photos, and other things that came under copyright. These rights were actually canceled on the 14th of October, 1987, with a letter to Lee Elders, so logically he can no longer own any copyrights. And according to the statutes, all materials provided by Lee to the film industry, and therefore to FIGU and you became FIGU property, because Article 6.4 says the following. Members' contributions in the form of materials, articles, reports, letters, lists, treatises, proper names, pseudonyms, photos, slides, negatives, drawings, and electronic data carriers, etc. Once provided by authors to the FIGU, automatically become FIGU property assets with timeless permission of use, without any obligation of payment to the author. So Lee has no more copyrights according to this article of the statutes, so he is not allowed to use them anymore. All materials of any kind, once provided to FIGU and therefore to you, automatically become the property of FIGU and their sole copyright. Furthermore, it must be said that the mission and its concerns cannot be in any way an object of profit in terms of personal enrichment. But now goodbye.
Thanks for your words. Then goodbye, my friend. Sahlami. So, Quetzal, shall we get right to work, or do we want to talk some more?
First, we should do our work. Then we can talk some more. However, what Ptah thinks is true for me. Things were settled by your letter to Lee on the 14th of October 1987 and have their statutory validity, as the whole thing was determined in 1978 by an overall group decision by the statutes and by the duration of the contract and the correct dissolution of the contracts.
All right, the matter is clear to me. Then we want to start. What has to be corrected and so on, I will write in with the red pen. Look here, that is all. It went faster than I thought.
Yes, I also thought it would take longer. But now, I would like to give you a prediction of an extraordinary event, as I was told to do by Ptah. It will be in a few days that Palestinian extremists will kill 2 Israeli soldiers and kidnap one in order to free imprisoned ones in Israel. The Israeli reaction to this will be an act of military banditry, with a large army contingent arriving in Gaza and starting new acts of war from the 27th to the 28th of this month, causing great destruction to the Palestinians. In order to humiliate the Palestinians, the Israelis also arrest and indict various Hamas politicians. The whole thing will lead to new waves of hatred and new vicious riots.
Of course, this will make the political, military and terrorist world situation more unstable and dangerous, which will spread fear and terror and cause much trouble for all those who strive for real peace, freedom, and humanity.
That will unfortunately be the case. But now, my friend, I would like to talk to you about other things that are of a purely private nature. So if you have no questions?
I do not right now, so if you are ready to go,